This is Bob. He's just a normal person who loves playing Roblox, but he wants to make a Roblox game like other devs and maybe get rich, buy a mansion or a Lamborghini. So he went into Roblox Studio and got to work, but he has no idea what he's doing. He's just adding random stuff from the toolbox and calling it a game, and I'm kinda like him. Okay, maybe not as bad as Bob, but still, I am not the best at making games. So today, I'm gonna make a Roblox game with no experience. The first thing we need is an idea on which type of game we will make. So, a simulator game? Nah, it's boring. How about an obby game? Nah, it's way too easy to make. So, why not we make a horror game? For the idea, after a bit of thinking, the idea is like this. So, you are the security guard at this supermarket. So you have to guard this place. But someone or something trapped you here. The only way to escape is by turning on all the generators. But there will be a monster or a killer trying to kill you.
But Flaming, your game sounds so boring.
Don't worry, I will add more things to make it scarier.
But your game sucks, ha 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 ha.
So, I went onto YouTube for some tutorials, and I found this guy called Monkey Dev, whose horror game system is awesome. And anyways, I will add 5 main things to the game. First thing I am gonna do is the objectives. So, there are 2 main objectives. First is eating a burger. Yes, I am not joking. But first, we have to write some scripts for the dialogue module. So, enjoy this sick montage. Alright guys, I am done scripting and, as you guys can see, we have the dialogue. And when we eat the burger, it changes the objective. You might not see the text that much, but don't worry, later I will make the game dark, so the text color is white. Now, we're gonna make the generator objective.
2,000 years later.
Alright guys, we have some bad news because the scripts aren't working, and it just broke the objective system. And now there are 2 options. Option A is to just quit and give up, and option B is to keep on going. Every time I make a game on Roblox, they are all just trash, and I want to make this game at least better than the other games. So I will do this for you guys, after hours and hours of thinking and fixing. And now it's finally fixed. As you guys can see, the generators work now. But anyways, I am gonna go to bed because I am kinda tired now, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, it's the next day now, and I was busy in the morning because of school.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
And now I am back, but anyways, the second thing we're gonna add is the map, which totally wasn't from the toolbox. But just kidding guys, I won't use this map, and I will make my own because this map is kinda small. But now, enjoy this sick montage again. Now that we've got the map, we're gonna add extra stuff to the map to make it cooler. Also, this is unrelated, but I added a football because I love football. It does nothing, but it's like an Easter egg and I am gonna hide it somewhere in the map. Also, which country are you guys supporting in this year's World Cup? For me, Portugal. Now the fourth thing we're gonna add is sounds, because right now it doesn't sound like a horror game. I added an ambient sound and lowered the volume because I don't want it to be too loud. Also, I changed the walking sound because the default sound is boring. Now, the fifth and most important thing to add is the monster, or the killer, which is this guy right here. But there's just one problem. You see, the killer is way too fast, and it's almost impossible to escape from him. So instead of nerfing the killer, I will buff the player. Now the player can run, but there's a stamina bar, so you can't always run. Also, one cool thing I found is that there is a flashlight battery system. So when you use the flashlight, it runs out of battery. So you have to find the batteries in the map to charge it. And finally, the last thing before finishing the game is, of course, the lighting. Because right now, it doesn't look like a horror game. So, I made it dark and scary, okay? Maybe it's a bit too dark, but who cares? Because this is a horror game. But anyways, let's play this game. And also, I don't know if you guys can play, but I will put the link in the description. The game name is Nyctophobia, also known as the Fear of Darkness. Yeah, guys, I know I am so smart. But anyways, it's time to play test this game.
I think I'm in love, say it way too often. I can't play these games, think I'm switching up the offense. See me in LA, I be moving cautious, I can't feel no pain.